Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Infinity Stones. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. Observe. These carriers can use the stone to mow down entire civilizations like wheat in a field.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Carbonite Convos. Thank you for your support on another Marvel short story. This is Nick here, and I'm excited to bring you our fifth story in our Infinity Stone timeline. The place we're at in the MCU is post-Avengers Endgame. Last week we focused on the Reality Stone, and today we're moving on to the Power Stone. So this is another one that we've seen a lot throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe and in several different hands. Made by the cosmic entities as one of the six singularities that existed before the universe itself, the Power Stone was one of the most dominant of the stones due to the immense power a user could draw from it. Unlike most of the stones, the Power Stone was not able to be handled by any being. Upon the touch of this gem, a being not worthy of its power was almost instantly killed, as we saw a couple times in the MCU. The first time we see the Power Stone is in Guardians of the Galaxy, but the stone is encased inside the orb. The first time we see the actual stone is during the Collector's speech to the Guardians later in the movie. In this story, we see a callback to the earliest known use of the stone in the hands of a celestial being named Eson the Searcher. Eson used the stone to obliterate planets across the universe after forging the stone inside his staff. It's unknown how long he was in possession of the gem, or how he lost it, or even how many civilizations he destroyed in the process, but in between Eson and the next known use of the gem, it was encased inside the orb and lost to the universe for over 1,000 years. The next known use of the gem was by a group of 9 cosmic beings that attempted to harness the power of the stone all at once, which almost instantly led to their disintegration. It was then encased in the orb once again and was hidden in a secret tomb beneath Morag's ocean, where it was then found by Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, in 2014. Throughout the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, the main storyline is the Guardians finding the orb and selling it to the Collector, during which we see Ronan the Accuser also looking for the stone as ordered by Thanos. Upon the Guardians' arrival to the Collector's museum on the planet Nowhere, we see the Collector give his speech where he explained the origins of the Infinity Stones. During this mind-gripping story, the Collector's technology was able to unseal the orb, revealing the Power Stone encased beneath it. While the Collector was preparing to pay the Guardians for the stone, his assistant Karina was in awe of his story and the stone itself. Intending to escape her slavery, Karina then attempted to hold the stone, and just like the 9 cosmic beings, she was almost instantly disintegrated. The stone's power destroyed her and most of the Collector's prized possessions. After trying to escape the wreckage with the orb, Ronan, Nebula, and a small group of soldiers found the Guardians and managed to obtain the orb. Ronan then contacted Thanos to inform that he had the orb and the stone, but soon realized that he no longer needed the Mad Titan, now knowing that he had an Infinity Stone. Ronan then ripped apart the orb, grasped the Infinity Stone, and released its power swirling around the room for several seconds before forging it with his Cosmi Rod hammer. He then vowed destruction on the planet Xandar and Thanos himself, and set off to Xandar. This is where Ronan obliterates the Nova Corps' fleet and was then found by the Guardians. He used the stone for one quick attack that blew the Guardians off their feet with ease. Then, right before Ronan was fixing to demolish Xandar, Star-Lord challenged him to his famous dance-off. This distracted Ronan long enough to where Drax was able to fire a very powerful energized blast at him, causing him to drop the Power Stone. While the stone was mid-air, Star-Lord was able to catch the gem. The power from this stone sent Ronan flying back and was very slowly tearing Peter Quill's body apart. During this, like the intent of the group of cosmic beings, Gamora, Drax, and Rocket managed to link hands as they all absorbed the power of the Infinity Stone. In full control of the gem, the Guardians then used the stone to kill Ronan and afterwards left it in the Nova Corps headquarters vault so it would remain in good hands. Fast forward to the events of Age of Ultron in 2015, we see Thor have his apocalyptic vision of 4 of the Infinity Stones forming into the Infinity Gauntlet in the stars, including the Power Stone bursting out of the orb. From here, it was held in the Nova Corps vault from 2014 to 2018 when, moments before the events of Avengers Infinity War, Thanos invaded Xandar and stole the stone. This was the first stone Thanos collected and therefore was the first one forged inside the Infinity Gauntlet. We see the Power Stone in the first scene of Infinity War where Thanos uses it to torture Thor. Then, after he acquires the Tesseract from Loki, he again uses the same gem to destroy the Asgardian ship. We see Thanos use the Power Stone very frequently throughout this entire film. He uses it to also torture Nebula in order to get the Soul Stone location out of Gamora. Perhaps the most frequent use of the stone, however, is during his fight with the Guardians and a few Avengers on Titan. He uses it to block attacks from Doctor Strange, tear through Titan's moon, and for a few other powerful attacks throughout this battle. After defeating our heroes on Titan, he travels to Wakanda where he uses it to avoid last-ditch effort attacks from Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Okoye. After first acquiring the Power Stone, Thanos was able to easily take stone after stone until the Infinity Gauntlet was finally equipped with all 6 Infinity Stones. The Mad Titan then used all 6 gems to give his devastating snap, wiping out half of the universe in a matter of seconds. The next time we see the Power Stone is in Avengers Endgame during the time heist from 2023 back to 2014. War Machine and Nebula were the 2 heroes in charge of retrieving this gem from Morag, and after knocking the 2014 Star-Lord on his face, they traveled to the temple where the Power Stone was held and retrieved it. After Rhodey brings it back to present-day 23, it is then infused with the other 5 gems into the Nano Gauntlet designed by Tony, Hulk, and Rocket. We then see Hulk use the stones to snap all life back from 5 years prior, where the Avengers then battled Thanos. After managing to acquire the gauntlet once again, Thanos was attacked by Captain Marvel and was almost defeated, but seconds before his demise, he ripped the Power Stone out of the gauntlet and used it to strike a powerful punch to Captain Marvel, sending her flying back. At the very end of this battle is where we see Tony Stark sacrifice his life to use the stones to snap Thanos and his entire army into oblivion. From here, the last time we see the Power Stone is in the final moments of Avengers Endgame, when Cap travels back in time to return all 6 gems to their own timeline. It's unclear what role, if any, the Power Stone will play in the MCU moving forward, but along the way in the first 23 movies we've gotten some awesome glimpses of this stone's true power. So, again, everybody, we hope you enjoyed today's Marvel short story on the Power Stone. Next week, we're wrapping up our Infinity Stone timeline series with the Soul Stone. Again, thank you for your support. You can follow us on all social media at Carbonite Convos. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the good stuff. And as you can see on this screen, Alec and I also have personal accounts if you want to follow us that we post exclusive content to. But until next week's Soulstone video, guys, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.